Opening plans. Opening plans are strategic ideas used in the early phase of a chess game to achieve strong development, control of the center, ensure king's safety, and prepare for the middle game. They guide piece placement and pawn structure, helping players create coordination, avoid early mistakes, and set up effective long-term strategies. If you get this part right, you will have such a massive advantage in the middle game phase. These are all opening plans explained as fast as possible. Control the center. Controlling the center means occupying or influencing key central squares like e4, d4, e5, and d5 with pawns and pieces. This gives your pieces greater mobility, allows quicker attacks in all directions, and restricts your opponent's options, forming a strong foundation for both tactical and strategic play. In fact, every piece does its best in the center. The pawn controls 2 squares at the center, only 1 at the edge. The king controls 8 squares at the center, 3 at the corner. The knight 8 at the center, 2 at the corner. The bishop 13 at the center, and only 7 at the corner. The queen 27 at the center, and only 21 at the corner. You notice one pattern in this example. The pieces in the center of the board occupy more squares. So basically, putting your pieces in the center is like using your resources as best as possible or efficiently. Develop quickly. Developing quickly involves bringing your knights and bishops into active positions as early as possible. Efficient development increases piece activity, prepares for castling, and helps you gain the initiative. Avoid unnecessary pawn moves or repeated piece moves that slow down your overall coordination. Castle early. Castling early ensures your king's safety by moving it away from the center and placing it behind a wall of pawns. It also activates a rook, improving coordination. Delaying castling can leave your king exposed to attacks, especially when the center opens. Connect the rooks. Connecting the rooks means developing your pieces so the rooks can see each other on the back rank without obstruction. This improves coordination and allows them to defend each other, control open files more effectively, and support central or attacking operations. Fight for open lines. Fighting for open lines involves creating and controlling open files and diagonals for your rooks, bishops, and queen. Open lines increase piece activity and attacking chances, allowing you to penetrate the opponent's position, apply pressure, and coordinate threats more effectively. Middle game. Middle game plans are strategic ideas formed after the opening to guide how a player improves their position, attacks weaknesses, or defends threats. They involve coordinating pieces, choosing targets, creating imbalances in favor of oneself, and deciding whether to attack, simplify, or maneuver, all while adapting to the opponent's plans and the position's demands. This is the phase where you try to get advantageous in some or other way, from ruining the opponent's pawn structure to winning pawns or even minor pieces. Attack the king. Attacking the king involves directing your pieces and pawns toward the opponent's king to create threats like checks, sacrifices, or mating nets. This plan is strongest when the enemy king is unsafe, underdeveloped, or lacking pawn protection, allowing a coordinated and decisive assault. Improve the worst piece. Improving the worst piece means identifying your least active or poorly placed piece and relocating it to a more effective square. Strengthening weak links in your position increases overall coordination and often unlocks new plans, making your entire position more powerful and flexible. Create an outpost. Creating an outpost involves placing a piece, usually a knight, on a square protected by a pawn that cannot be attacked by enemy pawns. This gives the piece long-term stability and strong influence, often deep in the opponent's position. Target weak pawns. Targeting weak pawns means attacking pawns that are isolated, doubled, or backward and difficult to defend. These pawns often become long-term weaknesses, allowing you to apply pressure with pieces and eventually win material or improve your position significantly. Control open files. Controlling open files involves placing rooks or queens on files without pawns to maximize their activity. These open lines allow pieces to penetrate the opponent's position, attack weaknesses, and coordinate threats, often becoming a key factor in both attacking and positional play. Invade the 7th rank. Invading the 7th rank means placing a rook or queen on the opponent's 2nd rank. From there, the piece attacks multiple pawns, restricts the king, and creates strong threats, often leading to material gain or forcing the opponent into a defensive position. Create a pawn break. Creating a pawn break involves pushing a pawn to challenge the opponent's pawn structure and open lines for your pieces. This plan can transform a closed position into an open one, activating your pieces and creating tactical or strategic opportunities. Build a pawn storm. Building a pawn storm means advancing several pawns together toward the opponent's king, usually on the side where the king has castled. This aggressive plan aims to break the pawn's shield, open lines, and support a strong attacking initiative with your pieces. Restrict opponent pieces. Restricting opponent pieces involves limiting their movement and reducing their activity by controlling key squares and blocking important lines. This makes their pieces passive and ineffective, allowing you to gradually improve your position and increase your advantage over time. Trade when ahead. Trading when ahead is a practical strategy where you exchange pieces to simplify the position when you have a material or positional advantage. Reducing complexity makes it easier to convert your advantage into a win while minimizing your opponent's chances for counterplay. Create a passed pawn. Creating a passed pawn means forming a pawn that has no opposing pawns blocking its path to promotion. Passed pawns become powerful long-term assets, forcing the opponent to dedicate pieces to stopping them while your other pieces gain freedom and activity. Attack the base of a pawn chain. Attacking the base of a pawn chain focuses on targeting the pawn that supports the entire structure. Since pawn chains rely on diagonal protection, removing the base often collapses the whole formation, creating weaknesses and opening important lines for your pieces. Use a minority attack. Using a minority attack involves advancing fewer pawns against a larger pawn group, usually on the queen side, to create structural weaknesses. This plan often leads to isolated or backward pawns that can be targeted later in the game. Dominate key squares. Dominating key squares means controlling important central or strategic squares that your opponent needs. By placing pieces on these squares, you limit your opponent's plans, improve your coordination, and create strong positions that can support both attacking and defensive ideas. Exploit weak color squares. Exploiting weak color squares involves targeting squares of one color when your opponent lacks a bishop that can defend them. By controlling these squares, you create lasting weaknesses and strong attacking opportunities, often using knights or queens to occupy and pressure them. Endgame plans. Endgame plans are strategic ideas used in the final phase of a chess game when few pieces remain. They focus on activating the king, promoting pawns, creating passed pawns, and using precise calculation. These plans aim to convert advantages into wins or secure draws through accurate technique and positioning. Activate the king. Activating the king means bringing it toward the center or key areas during the endgame, where it becomes a powerful piece. A centralized king can support pawn advances, attack enemy pawns, and control important squares, often deciding the outcome through activity rather than material advantage alone. Create zugzwang. Creating zugzwang involves maneuvering into a position where any move your opponent makes worsens their situation. Since they cannot pass, they are forced to weaken their position. This strategy is especially powerful in endgames, where precise positioning can force decisive errors or allow you to gain material. Use opposition. Using opposition is a key endgame technique involving direct king confrontation with one square in between. By controlling the opposition, you force the opposing king to move away from critical squares, allowing your king to advance, support pawns, and gain positional advantage in simplified positions. Push past pawns with support. Pushing past pawns with support involves advancing a pawn that has no opposing pawns ahead of it while protecting it with your king or pieces. Supported passed pawns are extremely dangerous, as they can promote into a queen and often force the opponent to sacrifice material. Create an outside passed pawn. Creating an outside passed pawn means forming a passed pawn far from the main action, usually on the edge of the board. This forces the opponent's king to chase it, allowing your king to invade the opposite side and create winning opportunities elsewhere.